warm-up man and part of the team, of course, Billy, who has prepared every audience. And
thank you.
He's rescued 4 dogs. He's a sweetheart and a great, true professional and very, very talented. And I love you, Billy.
Thank you. I love you too.
Our first guests have truly an inspiring story to tell. Please welcome actress Holly Robinson Peete and her husband, former NFL quarterback Rodney Peete. Welcome to the show. We've all been so enjoying you on The Apprentice.
Oh, it's been interesting, haven't it?
Yeah.
He's a little bossy.
But the thing is she's smart, and after everything you've been through, the two of you, I mean, you do get to a point where you don't suffer fools well, and you have to get it done.
Thank you for saying that, because I think a lot of special needs moms understand.
That's right.
And then also, I'm the wife of an ex-quarterback, and when you were the wife of a Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, honey, your skin gets thick as an armadillo. I'm serious. So yes, I do like to get things done, and what you don't see on the show are these little tiny, tight deadlines, these little micro-mini deadlines that you gotta, hit. And I do that every day, wake up in the morning with 4 kids and bam, bam, bam.
Somebody who gets it, though, it's obvious. Like, I can tell that you're somebody who is very passionate, gets things done, takes her responsibility seriously, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great side to see of you.
Well, it is a lot tougher than it looks.
Yeah.
And I do, by the way, I absolutely love Cyndi Lauper. Would I run a business with her? No.
No, of course.
But I love her.
I get that. I get that. Now, when I was talking about part of the journey that you guys have been through, that's been, I'm sure, overwhelming and daunting at certain points, was with your son.
Yes.
And can you talk just to parents out there when you first saw something that said something's doesn't feel right, to both of you?
Go ahead. Your turn.
She noticed it before I did. I will say that. I'm the first to admit, never underestimate mommy's gut, mommy's intuition, because she understood what was going on earlier than I did. But there were signs early on. Yeah, he was, not making eye contact and kind of isolated, wouldn't play with other kids, and things that were happening that were not normal. So we knew something was going on. We just didn't know what.
How old was he at that point where you started to see?
He was 2.
Yeah.
He was 2. And it was a needle on the record scratch type of moment. I mean, he regressed into autism. He was hitting all his milestones. He's a twin. And so he has a twin sister.
So you really had this stark contrast of development.
Right. And what did the doctor say? Oh, he's a boy, boys are, mature slower than girls and all that. And so, but I knew, and it was frustrating because no one would listen to me.
So when you're going to the doctor...
She looks at me.
But is part of that you were afraid to see something wrong as a dad? Is it tougher
it's a lot tougher. It's a lot tougher because
son?
Yeah, I mean he's your firstborn son, and you have all these expectations, and I was an athlete. I wanted to go out and play catch with him, and I wanted him to follow my footsteps, and and all of that, all of a sudden, that kind of changes a little bit, and so you gotta really redefine what your expectations are and put aside your ego, because you got to look at the world through his eyes and not yours.
But that acceptance,
like that.
yeah, that's nice.
I like that.
But right now, with perspective, you have a way of speaking eloquently about it and at a level of acceptance that helps you grow and be a healthy, happy family, even with this huge challenge.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that right away.
Oh, no. We like to say that Rodney was on Denial Street, and I was on Kick Somebody's Ass Avenue. I mean, seriously, because I knew that he couldn't get on board, that emotionally it was really tough for him. But someone said to me, an angel in this journey said, okay, I know this is tough, but you got to roll up your sleeves and you got to go to work for this kid because it's a little tiny window of intervention time and you got to get busy. And so when I saw he wasn't quite on board, I just sort of kept going without him and hoped that he would come on board. But at some point, I realized, can you get in this game with me or not? And I think that's why there's such a high divorce rate with families with special needs, because you have different ways of approaching it. And if you're not on the same page, it can be hard. It can be tragic.
Part of that, Rodney, was the doctor, when he's first diagnosed, when RJ's first diagnosed, basically says, there's no hope. Basically, no hope for any kind of normalcy, any kind of emotional connection with this child. He says he'll never do this, he'll never do that. That's what you hear, all these nevers, nevers, nevers.
Yeah, you hear that, and it's very, you're already a little bit sad because you don't really know. This is 10 years ago, right?
Right.
You don't really know what autism is, and so we were like, okay, tell us what it is and tell us how to fix it. And we didn't have those answers, and that's what happens with a lot of families. They get frustrated because of the lack of answers. But to hear someone give us this laundry list of nevers, he'll never say I love you on his own, he'll never live on his own, he'll never drive, he'll never play team sports, I mean, all these things, it just, we're like, wait a second, well, what will he be able to do?
Yeah.
And
he's 3. Wait a minute, hold on.
yeah, he's only 3 years old. So it sort of was a doomsday sentence, and we knew at that time that he would eventually check a lot of those nevers off the list, and the first one being that they said he would never be verbal, and he is, and that's just such a blessing for us that he is. So.
Stay tuned, because we're going to be back with Holly and Rodney, and I look forward to you sharing more information that I know will be a blessing to so many families. We'll be right back.
Thanks.